Alright, so video number 2, just inside the door. Went through all those switches with you. I will come over here to this precision plex. See if we can get to focus. Tap to unlock. Let's do the slide out. Let's give us some room real quick. Let's do the full wall. That's in. That's out. There's a hydraulic wall. That gave me a little more room here. That opens up a lot of space, just one wall. Pretty nice. Let's do the sofa out. Pretty good. Wardrobe. That's going to be that one there. It opens up a lot of space everywhere in this coach. Awesome. Alright, so we'll go back to this situation. We got everything open. A little ladder table for up front. Ladders for the top bunk. What I'll do is I'll cover this inverter real quick. Right now I am not plugged in, so on and off. I will not be able to use the charger, but I will be able to use the inverter. Inverting, that means the microwave kicked in. Even though we're not plugged in, the microwave will power off that. The fridge as well. A couple of the outlets next to your bed, the TVs, basically everything except for a few power outlets in this couch will work now. A lot of people ask about these buttons here. What I tell people is if you're just going to use this and you're not trying to set up anything special, don't worry about this section. Only worry about these two buttons. Those two buttons are the only two you're ever going to use unless you really want to get into some of this. And actually some of this is in here. So read your manual on this. It's pretty simple to use. I will go through what would normally be in here into here. So home, do generator, power control system. This basically it says no service, I'm not plugged in. Generator is not running. The only thing working right now is the inverter. Loads, says it's powered. Line, 0%. Again, nothing. Wiring status, no service, neutral ground. All right, sorry about that. All right, auto gen start. This is going to bring a few different things here. See AGS on this screen, as well as meter and shore power. That's all going to be here. So we want to say enabled, AGS enabled, automatic generator start, AGS enable with quiet time or manual operation. Just a tickle in the back of my throat. I'm kind of struggling. All right, status tells us what everything is. Do a setup. Quiet time setup between 9 and 7. It's actually pretty good times. Back to setup. Enable, disable on HDIV active demand. So if your AC decides it wants to be on because you left the dog in here and you have it set to 72 degrees and it jumped up to 74, 75, it'll start the generator, turn on the AC. That's a good thing to have. Disable. DC start voltage says off. I like to have this set to 11.6. So once the battery drops to 11.6, it will start the generator and charge your battery. Quiet time pre-charge minutes. Let's go with an hour. prior to quiet time for it to start and charge battery for overnight. 60 minutes. Runtime in hours, 2 hours. Typical runtime, it's going to be about 2 hours. Max runtime, if you're letting it run for 12 hours, you got another issue. 8 hours is actually more than enough. And then I can test it as well. But a lot of that stuff is going to be in your manual as well. Check on that. Go back home. All right, we went through the generator, power control system, lights. You can turn on and off every light you see on this screen. Gauges on this one, fresh water. We've seen this down in the wet bay. Fresh water is 1/3, gray's empty, black's empty. And you can see where your battery voltages are as well, and your LP. Slide outs we just did. Awning you can do from here as well. Did the generator, wet. Water pump on. So you turn that on. As soon as you turn that on, because I set it over to normal, we'll have water pressure at our sink. All right, LP water heater. Okay, this comes back to the water heater in general. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but. All right, so. Takes a second. There it is. I can hear it click. All right, water heater now being on. We turned it on outside. We just turned it on in here, and now we'll have a third step. And I'll show you that when I get to that knob, which is right over there. Entry step, we've seen a switch for that on the door already. Tank heater is a heater. It's a 12-volt heater that's on the bottom of every one of your tanks. Your black, your gray, your fresh. Big thing with that is it doesn't like to work below 12.6 volts. It also doesn't like to work below 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Big thing on that is it's meant to get you out of the cold area. Sure, you can use it sitting still, just don't use it below 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and you'll be okay. Back home. Do the water. Do temperature. Thermostat, HVAC. You can turn it on and off. Heat, cool here. Bedroom, just cool. Then adjust your temperature as you see fit. Right now, the temperature showing at 62 degrees in here, 61 in the bedroom. And then you can just lock your screen. Settings. So settings are going to be able to allow you to set your time. It is not 8:27 a.m. It's more like 1:27 p.m. But you'll have to set it again once you do battery disconnect. 120 seconds, the screen will time out, go black, and the sleep brightness is only 20%. Wireless, you can pair your phone to this, and you can do almost everything that you've seen on everything else except for your automatic generator start through your tablet or your phone or your tablet. Just pair it with mobile. You download a program called Precision Plex. And it's pretty simple. One of those things, if you have questions when you get here, feel free to get one of us. My name is Dave. Ask for me. I'll be more than happy to come up here and at least show you how to get that in on your phone. But beyond that, it's all pretty basic stuff. As long as you understand what a light bulb means and looks like. You know, that's a slide out. That's a awning, thermostat. Pretty simple stuff. Only one that's kind of goofy is the generator because it looks like a battery. It's more of a generator. All right. You're going to find little switches like this. If they're blue, they're on. If they're white, they're off. You'll see it better when you're here. Go straight back. Nice size shower. Toilet. Halfway down on the lever to fill the bowl. All the way down to flush it. Shower's pretty nice. Nice size. Nice size cupboards. This is actually a nice little layout. You got a hers closet and drawers, and I think I think most guys will be able to fit most of their stuff in those two cupboards. So you can have the rest. It's okay. Inside TV or bedroom TV, nice size. You will be able to watch DVDs from the front DVD player, and I'll show you how to do that. Remote is right there. Sliding door, push down, slide over. Washer and dryer on this. Washer, always going to be on the bottom. Dryer is always going to be on the top because they're lighter. Pretty simple system to use. I do like the Whirlpool washers. They hold a little more than some of the other brands we carry. A little more closet space. And the floor rod for your table there, that goes all the way up there. All right. Stove. Pretty simple. Take the covers off. I did take the I did turn on the propane. Turn it over to light. And then spark. If I did a drop test, I would have ran a little bit of water or air in the lines. There it is. Pretty simple to use. Convection microwave, easy to use as well. Let me get this top back on. Convection microwave is going to be, where is this one? Micro cook time bake plus, okay. And then you can actually hit the bake micro. I want to go over to bake. I want to set it to, let's say 350, which is on the 7. Oops. This is not the one I wanted. Make. Huh, this does not like me. Because I'm not great at this one, I'm going to suggest you look at your owner's manual, which is in that bag next on the couch. It will probably be there, same place when you get here. But exhaust fan, light, nice bright light. I like to have a little bit of light when I'm cooking so I can see my food. Max air vents are going to be above here in case you ever, accidentally burn something, because I've done it. A couple fun features on these. I believe there is one in the bathroom as well. This one is, but this one's manual. Soundbar, front TV, and then you do have a DVD player here, and then matrix system. Matrix system, what that allows is multiple different HDMI systems that go into it, and then they'll run to the TVs to each room. So let's see if I can get a close-up of that. It says input 1, input 2, input 3. You'll only have 3. There are 4 on this. The input 1 is going to be your front TV. Input 2 is going to be your bedroom TV. Input 3 is going to be your outside TV. And depending on where the green light is on these, I wish I could get this to focus a little better for you. And it's just not focusing. There are 3 little LEDs depending on what you have hooked up, because you can hook up a Chrome stick or a Apple TV or Xbox or a PlayStation to those, and then send it to each TV and leave them all up there if you'd like. On this side, there shouldn't be anything. A little bit of storage. And then a little bit of storage above the couch. I do like the little dining areas here. And the bed on this one. I skipped this one a little earlier. I didn't even point it out yet, but I will point it out and show you how to use that now. That is all going to be right here. Up and down, push down. Oop. Okay, I had a little bit of error here. It's because I had low voltage at one point in time. What I'll do is when I get back to my bay, I'll fix that And basically, it's pretty simple. Up and down. It's just self-explanatory. Down, it's going to go down. It's going to get just to the bottom, the top of those seats, and then it will stop. And then you have the ladder on the bed that will get that, so you can get up there. If you ever decide to do cable or satellite, mostly satellite, not cable, sorry. Satellite only. Satellite's all going to go through here. You'll be able to run satellite here, then over to your TVs. I'm not a big fan of where the location of this is, but it is here. I wish it was closer to the TV and stuff up there itself. But you can get satellite in here. All right, let's go to the front. The fun stuff, the driving. Where you spend most of your time in these things. Next to sleeping. All right, driver's seat. From the driver's seat, from the left here, we have a leveling system. Leveling system is awesome. I like this leveling system. Typically, you want to level this before you run out the slides, but I'm on a really flat ground already, so I feel very confident that I can run it. Well, the slide outs are out. What I just did is I realized that the pressure released a little bit, and it is a pressure sensitive system. If the pressure is not built up on that, it's going to say that it's down. Even if it's down just a tenth of an inch, it's still going to read as down because the pressure's released. What you do to fix that, because I couldn't get it to go with auto level, I hit all retract, and then let it go through its cycle, build the pressure, and now I'm going to hit auto level. That takes about 2 minutes for it to go through it, so I'm going to try to talk over the beeping. Go here. This is your shifting pad or shift pad. Drive, neutral, reverse. And you'll see there is no park on here. So mode is not going to bring you to park. Mode is going to bring you into a manual shifting. That's where you're going to use the up and down arrows for if you're going up or down a big hill or mountain. Also, what I should have done before I started leveling is drop the suspension. It's okay. Again, I'm on pretty level ground. You flip the switch, it's going to drop suspension on it, and you won't have to worry about so much leveling from the ground. On this, we have Brighton Dim. That's actually going to be for the dashboard. So let's say I turn on the switch next to it. I can brighten it up, or I can dim it down. There we go. It's going to give me a lot of light. Bright, dim. Alright, like I said earlier, mirrors, up, down, left, right, and then there's a switch in the middle to determine which which one you're using, left or right. Jacks are done leveling. Awesome. Beeping stopped. I know it's done. I can turn them back off. Again, top mirrors are powered. Bottom mirrors are not. And then you have heated mirrors on the top as well. The switch below that is going to be for your dash. So I have to turn on the key, a little more beeping. A lot of beeping up here. You get used to it. I'm also going to start the engine. Alright, with that lever, that switch there, you're going to see it's going to be for this screen here. So Jack's basically a check on this one. Low voltage, because was just started it. Alright, lake fuel, how often have you done that? Push down. You can go through a lot of little manuals, or a lot of little intricacies here. And then we're going to go up, left. I don't want to do that again. I wish I could get this a little better. Steering wheel's in my way. But basically, there's a lot of little things here you can go through and check. That's kind of cool. But you use that switch right there. Horn works. It scared me a little bit. Alright, we're going to go through the battery. Again, it said low voltage. It is above 12 volts. It's just because we just started it. Temperature, pressure on your coolant. Speedometer. tachometer. Then you're going to have your fuel. Then your DEF is going to be the 4 bars there. So the 4 bars there is going to teach your. It's going to be your DEF to tell you how full that is. It says it's full right now. You can see on the gauge in the back, it wasn't quite full, but it's pretty close. And then it says that the cruise control's on. And then oil pressure as well. It says parking brake's on. And then the parking brake is right by your knee. Push that in, pull it out, put it in park. And your cruise control is going to be on the blinker. So left, right, and then cruise control. Cruise control is all there. I wish I could get a better view of it. It's kind of there. So set, coast, turn it on, and then Excel. Just not focusing. One thing you don't see here is going to be your windshield wipers. Mostly because those are... Where'd the wipers go? No, I don't do this all the time. Where'd I put the wipers? So, that's that. The 4-way is right here. You pull it out. It's going to be left. Turn it off, turn it on left or right. Ogre. Wow, I'm blind. Wipers are right there. So, up. There's a switch here. Not that you can see it 3D wise, but switch there. Push off. Switch up and down. Speed them up, slow them down. And then washer fluid. Alright, this is a fun one. There's a few people in this building right now, so I'm going to scare them. But we have fan. So it'd be here, oh, there, and there. You can turn them on at high or low. You have a horn button here. So when I hit the horn beep, you have that button, it'll light up. You just flip that switch up, hit the horn. It's a little louder. It always turns even grown men into kids. It's kind of fun. Radio, you can turn on the radio when the chassis is not running just by flipping the switch down. And you can leave it up just so you use it when it's when you're driving. Map light, I should turn that on sooner. Engine brake, it's actually going to use pressure on the system from the engine to slow you down. That's a little nice thing to have, especially when you're going down hills or just doing highway driving. You take your foot off the gas, it'll actually start to slow you down a little faster than just taking your foot off the brake or gas. Nightshade, it's going to be there. Sunshade, it's going to be there. It will only go down that far. That's as far down as it'll go while the engine's running. But you can run it when the engine's up. You can start and stop the generator from here as well, so if you ever have to. Or if you ever have to, you can use your auxiliary start. Push and hold that. It is a momentary switch. You have to hold it in order to get that to send power to the chassis batteries from the house batteries. Basically, it jumps the two together, makes them all one house or chassis battery.